What is going on, guys? Welcome to another video on my channel, Hairliciously. If you guys are new, please make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you guys are updated on my second hair transplant journey progress, as well as video topics covering current hair loss treatments in the pipelines. Also, if you haven't done so, make sure to visit my website at hairliciously.com, where you guys can actually follow my current hair loss treatment regimen. I have microneedling devices, low-level laser therapy cap, my vitamin supplement, DHT blocking shampoo, serum, and a bunch of other stuff that are useful in treating hair loss. So today marks day 42. So day 42, that's about a month and a half since I last had my FU procedure at Motion Clinic. And as you guys can see, a lot of the redness is pretty much subsided. I'm actually in a room where there's a lot of harsh light, and you guys can see that almost the redness is very it's a lot more faint than it was before. So let me show you guys starting from the left temporal point. So here's how everything looks. Here's the frontal portion of the hairline and the right side. So at day 42, a lot of the shedding has stopped. I think most of the shedding has stopped. And this is pretty surprising because I remember my first hair transplant where a lot of the grafts that were implanted, I think about 95% just shed. But this time around, I think only about 80%. There's still a lot of hairs that are growing out now that were implanted. As you guys can see right there. And the only difference between my first hair transplant and the second one was that I did get PRP from Motion Clinic. And I think that really does help speed up the growth process and also the healing process. Because during my first hair transplant, there's a lot of redness. A lot of the hairs were pretty much shed by day, I want to say like day 30, day 35. But right now, it seems like there's a lot of hairs that's just holding on to dear life, and they've been growing out. So I'm pretty excited for that. Like I said, a lot of the redness has subsided, and at a distance, you guys can't even really tell that there's any redness there. And over the next, I want to say couple weeks, 3 weeks, probably most of the redness is going to be gone. So I'm really looking forward to that. The white hairs that I mentioned in my previous video are right there. You guys can see actually 3 of them. They're still there. And one of my subscribers actually left me a comment stating that the reason for the white hairs is because some of the shock that was received from the hair transplant. So the only way for me to get rid of that is to grow it out, let the hairs grow out, and then eventually cut them off. But it's not so much of a big issue. I was just wondering because I did notice that for my first hair transplant and then also for my second. And luckily somebody did know exactly what was going on. So that's what happened. There's a lot of dryness on the scalp. It probably doesn't pick up in this video, but there's a lot of dryness, a lot of dandruff, and a lot of itchiness, which is to be expected. And this one area a few days ago, I actually had a pimple that was just full of crap, and my wife actually helped me pop it. I don't know if you guys can see that little red dot right there, but she did extract the pimple, and that kind of helped subside some of the redness in that area, because I was kind of touching my hair and I noticed pain in that one area, and then when I took a look, she popped a pimple. There was, I think, a couple of pimples that she ended up popping, but as of now everything's clean. I was doing a lot of research because people that end up getting hair transplants, they get a lot of dandruff, a lot of dry skin, especially on the recipient area, and they're very careful not to use their fingernails even a month, 2 months post-op. And I did find this little silicone comb licking thing where it's actually kind of like a massager, and you just run that across your scalp. And what it does is it gets rid of all of the dandruff and all of the oils that's trapped in the hairline and also the rest of the scalp. So I did buy it. It should arrive in the next week or so. And once I receive it, I'll probably do a video on it so that you guys can take a look. But I heard it's pretty helpful. And it doesn't, damage your scalp or anything like that. It's very gentle, and at the same time, it's going to exfoliate all of the crap that's built in there in the hairline and the scalp. Um, but yeah, here's how it looks. Now, all of the sensation is back. I don't know if I told you guys from the last video, I said about 95% was there, but I can feel everything now. All of the sensation at day 42 is back, even on the back scalp. Now, I still do have a lot of itchiness in the donor zone, and it's not the type of pimples where you would find in the recipient area. It's more of kind of like, I want to say more of like an inflammation type. But when it gets really bad, I do end up taking antihistamines, which does a good job of controlling them. But it's not too bad to the point. If I don't touch them, I think it's fine. You can go ahead and ice them or just take medication, and it would pretty much just subside. But here's how it looks, guys. I'm very happy, and you know the best thing is that it really does frame the face, and hopefully I'll be able to cut my hair a lot shorter. But you guys can see that it actually frames the face really nicely. And then the good thing is that I actually had some of the grafts that were implanted into the temporal points here. If this were a lot higher like that, it wouldn't look very natural because the distance from here to here shouldn't be more than, I want to say, about 2 finger width. Same thing on the other side. Before I actually had it all the way up here. So it looked pretty unnatural, and then it also, you know, makes the forehead look a lot more wider if you guys, you know, the more that this part actually goes up. So the fact that this thing came down a little bit and I actually implanted more grafts actually makes the forehead a lot smaller. It frames the face a lot better. And you guys can see that there's a lot of hair that's been growing out. So I'm pretty excited for that. Also, starting next year, probably told you guys, but I will be doing PRP, or not PRP, SMP. SMP into the back portion of the donor zone where all the scars are. And so I'll keep you guys posted up on that. But yeah, pretty much day 42. Pretty happy. If you guys have any questions, please make sure to leave me some comments. And I will keep you guys updated on my next progress. Thank you.